my dear young learners, Assalamu alaikum. This is Rifat Siddiqui, Senior Lecturer, Department of English, and I welcome you all here in this online rostrum of Milestone College, and I hope that you all are hale and hearty by the grace of Almighty. In our today's class, we are going to start with from your HSC first paper syllabus, that is from your EFT. But before starting our today's class, let's start with a video clip.
Buriganga is my name. I've come here, passing through Brahmaputra, Dholeshwari rivers and many other places. I am flowing continuously for hundreds of years. The life of the city, the development story, and the dream of freedom of the Bengalis, all these have flourished in my banks. But today, this beloved city is the reason of my death. My banks have been seized here and there because of the greed of the people. There is no greenery in my two sides. There is only concrete waste. My clean body is now filled with dirty tannery waste. My water is now contaminated. This water is no longer suitable for drinking and bathing. No life can survive in this water. It only stinks and spreads diseases. I have ended up becoming a big dustbin and am heading towards my death. There is none to rescue me. I'm considered as the most unwanted dweller of the city. But if I die, how would the city survive? It is high time. Save me for your need and for the life.
I hope you have already guessed our today's topic. Yes, it's from Water, Unit 12, Lesson 1. In fact, our today's topic deals with the river Buriganga, which is now one of the most polluted rivers in Bangladesh because of the rampant dumping of industrial and human waste. Anyway, before starting our today's topic, I'd like to show you some of the most important vocabularies from the text, which will help you to realize the text more accurately. Let's go for them. Dear students, now we will go for some of the most important vocabularies, and these words will help you to realize this text. Well, now we'll go for those words. At first, we'll start with the verb shrink, to become smaller in amount, size or value. Number second, ballad. It's a noun, a kind of poem or song that tells a story, as we'll get the rhyme of Ancient Mariner in this poem, in this text. And number three, harrowing is an adjective, extremely upsetting because it's connected with suffering, pang, a sudden and strong feeling of physical or emotional pain. And these words will help you to realize this text. I think you are getting those words. Stench. See this word. Strong. Stench means a strong, unpleasant smell. Tributary, a stream that flows into a larger stream or river or into a lake. Marvel, verb, is a verb. To become filled with surprise, wonder or amazed curiosity. Chronic, an adjective, happening or existing frequently or most of the time. Discharge, to send out a substance, especially waste liquid or gas. Some more words can be a release, dump. This can be used as synonym. Well, we'll go for the next one. Thoughtless, an adjective, not showing concern for the needs or feeling of other people. Treatment, the act or manner or an instance of treating someone or something. Perpetual, an adjective, continuing forever or for a very long time without stopping. So these are the words we have completed now, and I think these words will help you to realize this text. Have you understood what I have just shown you so far? Okay, let's move forward. Now we'll go for the text. My dear Varnal learners, our today's text starts with the world famous stanza. Water, water everywhere, and all the boards did shrink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. And this world famous stanza has been taken from Samuel Taylor Coleridge's famous poem, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The poem is about the miserable sea voyage of an old mariner who, at one point of his journey, didn't have any water to drink because of a curse. Well, now we'll go for the next one. Coleridge's poem, A Ballad narrates the harrowing sea voyage of an old mariner who at one point of his journey didn't have any water to drink, as I have just told, because of a curse. But curse or not, we know how important drinking water is in our life. We know we cannot survive without it, that means without water. In fact, two-thirds of our body is made up of water. Not for nothing is it said that the other name of water is life. Is there a crisis in our time with regard to access to clean drinking water? The United Nations, in a meeting on the eve of the new millennium, identified the drinking water problem as one of the challenges for the future. Yes, it will be really a challenge for future for this whole world. But do we need to worry about the problem, as ours is the land of rivers and we have plenty of rainfall? Besides, we have a sea in our backyard too. One of the sources of water in our country is the rivers. Rivers are everywhere in our life. Literature, economy and culture. Everywhere we get the existence of our rivers. But are the rivers in good shape? That they have made a question, and we'll get the answer there. Unfortunately, they are not. A few are already dead and several are going through the pangs of death. That means some are just about to die. The river Buriganga is an example of a dying river. The report published in the Daily Sun describes what has happened to the river Buriganga and why. Actually, a newspaper has made a report on this river. Its water is polluted and a perpetual stench fills the air around it. Whenever you go just beside this river, you will get this smell. But that is not what it was like before. The report says that the river had a glorious past. Once it was a tributary of the mighty Ganges and flowed into the Bay of Bengal through the river Dhaleshwari. Gradually, it lost its link with the Ganges and got the name Buriganga. The Mughals marveled at the tide level of the Buriganga and founded their capital Jahangirnagar on its bank in 1610. When the Mughals came to this subcontinent, actually they become very much surprised and they become very much wondered, saying its tide level. The river supplied drinking water and supported trade and commerce. And Jahangirnagar was renamed Dhaka, which grew into a heavily populated city with a chronic shortage of space. The city paid back the bounty of the river by sucking life out of it, and really it is very much pathetic for us. And Buriganga is the river referred to here, and it is killed by our cruel and thoughtless treatment as we throw tons of waste into it every day. Well, next lines. Huge quantities of toxic chemicals and waste from mills and factories, hospitals and clinics and households and other establishments are dumped into the river every day. Every day we are doing this kind of thoughtless treatment. The city of Dhaka discharges about 45 tons of solid waste every day, and most of it is directly released into the Buriganga. So how pathetic it is that we are doing such kind of thoughtless treatment with this river. According to the Department of Environment, DOE, about 20,000 tons of tannery waste, including some highly toxic materials, are released into the river every day. So can you imagine that every day we are releasing 20,000 tons of tannery waste? Experts identified 9 industrial areas in and around the capital city as the primary sources of river pollution, and these areas are Tongi, Tejgaon, Hazaribagh, Tarabo, Narayanganj, Savar, Gazipur, Dhaka Export Processing Zone and Ghorashal, and these areas are mainly responsible The river would need a monster stomach to digest all the waste mentioned above. All the things we have told, that some highly toxic materials, and all these things. For all these things we need a monster stomach. But that's in reality it is not possible. There is a limit up to which it can put up with this cruel and thoughtless treatment. We the humans have successfully killed one of our rivers, and once the Mongols marveled at the tide level of the Buriganga, and the outcome of it is the foundation of their capital Jahangirnagar on its bank. But the Buriganga, which once supplied drinking water and supported trade and commerce, and later in return the city made the river polluted and destroyed its natural world. Well, there are other rivers in the country that are being subjected to similar thoughtless treatment. Unless we take care of our rivers, there may come a time when we will cry, water, water, and find it nowhere. So all these were from this text, and what we have learned from this text is that Dhaka stands on the Buriganga, but the river is dying because of pollution and huge quantities of toxic materials and chemicals and waste from mills and factories, hospitals, clinics, households, and other establishments are thrown into this river every day. And the city discharges about 45 tons of solid waste every day, and most of it is directly released into this river. And it's very upsetting. And rivers are not in good shape in this country, and Buriganga is one of the dying rivers in Bangladesh, and it is not what it was like before. Well, this is all we have learned from this text. From our today's text, we have already learned that rivers are everywhere in our life. So the importance of river can never be ignored. Now we'll see some of the most important features of our rivers in our life. There you see that rivers play a vital role in our agriculture, in the livelihood of many people of our country, and also in the case of transport. Still, our transport system depends on our rivers, and trade and commerce also play a vital role in rivers, and electricity is still produced from the water of our rivers, and tourism, and also in art and literature. And if we get the existence of our art and literature, there will see that there are rivers play a very great role there. So we can't ignore its existence in our life. My dear vernal learners, if we go deep into our today's text, we find some more key points or main points from our today's text. Let's get some more main points from here. Just now we have learned some of the main points, some of the importance from this text. But now if we go deep into this text, we'll get some more points, and these points will help you to realize this text. And also whenever we'll do some items like flowchart, answering questions, summarization, or for any item, these main points will help you to realize this text. Well, now we'll go for those. Number 1, unfortunately our rivers are not in good shape. Definitely they're not in. Some of our rivers are already dead, and some are going through the pangs of death. It's true. Buriganga is an example of a dying river. Our today's text is about this river. Huge quantities of toxic chemicals and waste from mills and factories are dumped into this river, and its water is polluted, and a perpetual stench or a stench which is permanent fills the air around it. And experts identified 9 industrial areas in and around the city as the primary sources of river pollution. And as we all know, these areas are like Tongi, Tarabo, Savar, etc. So all these points will help you to realize this text and what are these things we have learned from there. There is a wise saying that practice makes a man perfect. Yes, now we'll go for some practice. In fact, you can get this passage for any item in your HSC syllabus. But in our today's class, we'll practice some MCQ from here. Let's check out some MCQ from this text. Now it's time for multiple choice or MCQ. And about MCQ, one thing I should say that it's one of the easiest items in your HSC first paper syllabus. And there you will get 4 options, and among them you have to choose the best answer there. And though it's one of the easiest items, but still I would like to give you some of the key points about this item. And what you should follow about this item is read all the points there and don't be in a hurry while answering this, because some answers will be very much close. So you should not be in a hurry and read all those points and then answer. And while reading the text, read not only the textual words but also their synonyms and antonyms, because sometimes you will get such answers that among these you have to choose the best answer there, and get the clear ideas about the text, because there may come some moments when you'll be very much confused. So you have to be very much confident regarding this. And at last, one point about the presentation, you don't have to write the full sentence in the answer, rather you will only write down the answer there. So that was all, and now we'll go for the practice. Number 1, the word tributary, which you have got in the text. And at first we'll read all the options there: fountain, territory, stream, kingdom. And at first it starts with the fountain. Fountain is a spring of water issuing from earth. It's a territory. Actually it means a place, like a geographical area belonging to a government. A stream, a body of running water. Kingdom, a realm or a place or a kingdom. So the best answer we have got there: stream. Stream is a body of running water. That means a river. So this is the answer there, the first one. And now we'll go for the second one: Buriganga. The Buriganga water fills the air with aroma, fragrance, and scent. So all these 3 answers actually has a similarity. It deals with a distinctive, pleasant smell, while the number 3rd one, stink means strong, offensive, or unpleasant odor. So the answer will be stink. We have got this answer. And number C, Dash founded their capital on the bank of the Buriganga. We all know the answer, though at first we have to read all the options there. Number 4, Bangladeshis. Number 3, the Indians. Number 2, the Mughals and the British. So who? Surely the Mughals. The Mughals founded their capital on the bank of the Buriganga. Number D now. Which of the following statement is false? Buriganga is a river. It's true. Our rivers are not in a good shape. Another true statement. Jahangirnagar was once called Dhaka. Oh, so now we are getting confused, and water is being contaminated. So we have got our answer, number 3. Jahangirnagar was once called Dhaka. Actually, Dhaka was once called Jahangirnagar. So this is the answer there, number 3. The best synonym of toxic, as we all know. So at first we'll read all the options there: useful, healthy, hygienic. So all these 3 has the same meaning. Hygienic, as we all know, that having or showing good hygiene. So toxic, that means which contain of being poisonous material. So of course number 1, poisonous. So the last one starts with the first one. That means the best answer. The answer will be there. The answer will be, of course, the first one. That means the poisonous. So we have got all the answers, and now we have to write down only the answers from there. Last but not the least, my dear learners, I hope that you have enjoyed our today's class a lot. And I'd like to remind you one more thing, that this passage may come for any item in your HSC syllabus. So you should go through this text again and again, since it's one of the most important texts from your HSC syllabus. And I hope that you have understood our today's class. But still, if you have any confusion regarding this class, you can contact me, or even you can contact your subject teachers. This will do for the day. Thank you.